Welcome, Knicks Nation. I hope everybody is having a healthy and safe weekend. Welcome, Kendall Buchanan. Welcome, Miss Stevenson. Welcome, Raj Chatul, 4416, and Alfonso Who Care, 6700. Welcome, Miss Lumley. I hope all of you are having a healthy and safe and enjoyable weekend with you and your family. Severe Jorgensen, good afternoon to you, sir. And here we are on Sunday. Yes, we live. Crutchfield, what's up? And L2189, my man, how you doing? Um, we are Knicks fans in this channel, and let me just establish this channel at this point is about the Knicks and in favor of the Knicks. We're not trying to second guess the Knicks. We're not trying to be negative and crap on the Knicks. We're not trying to vomit on the Knicks. This channel is about the Knicks and in favor of the Knicks. So we real Knicks fans. Somebody say, well, how you going to judge people not being Knicks? Because it's my damn channel. That's why. And you could tell I got my Pinot Noir grape juice too. It's good too. Let's see. Jeff Abramson, Tony Tippins, Corey Lindsay, Wellflower down from Romania, down in there. Romania. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Guilford McCormick, my brother. What's up? We not playing. So listen, that what we just experienced in Knicks Nation, right, is the toughest road trip of the year. That was the toughest road trip of the year that the Knicks had. 5-game road trip, including West Coast Spring. Now we got another one coming up. Let me see here. We just finished that one, and they finished that one, as you are aware. We finished that road trip 3-2. Listen, you can't tell me that you finish a road trip. I don't give a crap. It's 3-2. You went to Denver, Los Angeles, Utah, and Indiana. You finished 3-2. You doing good. The Knicks still got 4-game one. That's the last one. End of March at Charlotte. That's gonna be tougher than you think. At OKC, enough said. At Houston, enough said. At Memphis, that's gonna be tougher than you think. They got 4-game one coming up. It's gonna be tough. I am thinking and hoping, just probably like y'all, that we get one Deuce McBride back for that last road trip. That's a good road trip for Deuce to get his feet wet and get ready for the playoff. Yeah, Charlotte been balling, man. Right now, when you look at the standings, in the Eastern Conference, when you look at the NBA standings in the Eastern Conference, Charlotte is in the play-in, man. I was not expecting them. They at 500. And they in the play-in. Charlotte is one of the hottest teams in the league. They're 7-3 in their last 10. So if the playoffs was to start today, it'd be Charlotte against Philly to see who would be the 8th seed. And you know what? Let me tell you. I don't know if you heard, but Maxey is out for a minute. Maxey's out for a minute. See, I know everybody. Still they got those that are thinking Philadelphia, and the first person you think is Joel Embiid or Paul George. That ain't the head of the snake no more. The head of the snake in Philly is Tyrese Maxey. And his sidekick, he is Batman. And Robin is the Rook, Edgecombe. That's what makes them tough. If they can get even 70% out of they're going Embiid, they good. Forget it, to me, PG-13 is overpaid, overrated at this point. And I've been saying that when Knicks fans was whining about the Knicks not going after him. There's always going to be a contingent of knuckleheads in Knicks Nation. Will they ever cease? No, they won't, unfortunately. So we're going to always have that. But Maxey and Edgecombe is Batman and Robin. And then everybody else is the role player. And to have a role player like Joel Embiid is no joke, all right? So they can be tough. But right now, the head of the snake is out. Maxey's not there. And how long is he going to be out for? I don't know. Let me see here. And now you got Maxey is out for how long is brother out? Let me see. He has been diagnosed with a tendon injury in his right pinky finger and will be reevaluated in 3 weeks. That brings him to the playoffs, you know. And then, of course, Joel Embiid, of course, the definitely Anthony Ambulance University star, is also just resuming basketball activities, like the story of his career. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. But Philly is going to be in trouble, because they got to deal with LaMelo and them. And LaMelo and them decided, okay, it's time to take off the circus clown show and it's time to really ball. I'm going to tell you what, if they had to play today, I'm picking Charlotte as the 8th seed. Okay, if they had to play today, I'm picking Charlotte as the 8th seed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just what it is, If they had to play today, Charlotte would be the 8th seed. And the thing is, right now, if you're looking at the standings now, right now, in the 7th seed, okay, it's between Miami and Atlanta. And I'm gonna tell you something. Since Atlanta traded the Leprechaun, and I'm not trying to be negative on the Leprechaun. I'm just not. Since Miami let the Leprechaun go to Washington, Dyson Daniels is that dude. I mean, he's not that dude on the level of Edgecombe and Maxey, but defensively, he's an all NBA defensive type guy. I mean, right? Do y'all agree with me? I mean, Dyson Daniels is always a threat to be defensive player of the year. And so with him, and then of course we know about Jalen Johnson. We know about Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson is also that dude. So they got Jalen Johnson. You're talking about Dyson Daniels, and now they got Alexander Walker, a solid NBA player. CJ McCollum, a solid vet. And then Okongwu, who I've liked even coming out of USC, Onyeka Okongwu. So they got a squad. And then you got some nice Corey Kispert, Zachary Richard support. And of course, there's Jonathan Kuminga. So they got a nice team, man. I mean, they're not going to win no championship this year, but don't sleep on them because they will beat your ass, right? I mean, don't sleep on them. They will beat your ass on any given night. So they got a nice team. And so if I'm like looking at the playoffs today, like right now, you got to look at, okay, so if it was today, Atlanta would be playing Miami. Now, Miami, listen, Eric Spoelstra, and 7 G League dudes and 1 NBA player will give anybody hell. That's how much I respect Eric Spoelstra. That Miami system is tight. No matter year in, year out, sometimes they're not really threats to win the title, and then they'll surprise you and get to the finals. That's what they did a few years ago. They beat the Knicks, then they surprised everybody, went to the finals. They lost now, but I'm saying, don't play with them. Eric Spoelstra with 7 G League dudes and an NBA player or two can beat anybody's ass. Okay, so don't sleep on Miami. And now they got Bam. We know Bam is the NBA player. Tyler Hero's an NBA player. I don't care who else is there, but they happen to have a young boy out of Indiana. You know the boy, Khalil Ware out of Indiana. They got 3 NBA players. You give him another 5 dudes from the G League. They could beat y'all. I'm saying they could beat him. They could beat anybody. So the Atlanta-Miami series is what it's looking like right now. I mean, this is what it's looking like right now. Like Miami is tied with Toronto. So it could be even Toronto. They battling. Listen, the first 6 spots in the East, well, not the first 6. I ain't going to say that. Because the first 2 spots are pretty much Detroit's going to win the top spot. Then you got Boston and New York battling for the second spot. So the first 2 spots are between 3 teams. And then you got Cleveland, Orlando, Toronto, Miami, and Atlanta really battling for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. It's going to be a dogfight all the way to the end. Okay. So, but if it was to start today, you'd be talking about Miami, Atlanta to see who would be the 7th seed. And then the loser would have to play the winner of Charlotte and in Philly for the AC. And what I would like, because I'm a Knicks fan, is I want Detroit to have the toughest out. Whichever one is the toughest out. If it's Charlotte, if it's ATL, if it's Miami, I want them to have the toughest out. So whoever's got to play, I want them to have the toughest out. So I would like that AC to take them fools 7 games. Do something and make it tough on them. That's all I'm saying. Because I want as many obstacles as possible. Yeah, but if it was ATL, MIA, listen, that would be a series I'd want to see, right? That would be a hell of a, if you're a basketball fan, an NBA basketball fan, the Atlanta, Miami, that would be a series you'd like to see. The tragedy is it would be a 1 game. It wouldn't be like a 7-game series. That would be a 1 game. And you know what? Yeah, Miami at ATL would be a 1 game though, because that's the 7 versus the AC. That would be better than any NT2A game you could watch. That would be really tough, man. That would be really tough. So it's going to be a really, I guess what I'm saying is, as far as NBA basketball, if you're a fan of, like I am, of NBA basketball, like I watch college ball to a much lesser degree. I might watch some WNBA to a much lesser degree. I'm not a big WNBA fan, but I am a big basketball fan. So I like NC2A, but I like pro better. But if you're a pro basketball fan, this year, these playoffs are going to be, I think, to me, the quality of the competition this year is going to be at the highest level you've seen in a lot of time. See, I like seeing the parity. See, I don't want to see one team just stomp all over every team and run through the league because they got the best team. You know what I'm saying? But I like to see the parity that we have now. To me, of all the years that I've been watching NBA basketball, more than 50 years, I like the current vibe in terms of parity. I don't want to see, a LeBron-led Miami Heat just stomp over everybody, or Kobe and Shaq just take everybody, or Michael Jordan and Pippen just dog everybody. That's not, to me, that's not even fun to watch. I like to see what we got now. You might get Knicks fans, see, you listening to too much X. That's what I'm saying. Old man Knicks fans say, wow, you used to hate the W. I don't think I ever hated, and I don't think I ever expressed any form of hatred for the WNBA. Tell me if I'm wrong. Did y'all ever hear me saying I hate the WNBA? I mean, old man Knicks fan, isn't that a bit of a, would you say that's a bit of a exaggeration? Because I don't think I ever said I said I'm not a big fan of it. I said I'm not a fan of it because I'm not into it, because it doesn't have the grace that other female-led sports have. And I'm real when I say, listen, when I watch them little gymnasts in their little tight uniforms do some unbelievable things with their little tight bodies, I like watching. If I see little girls in these little figure skating uniforms with them tight legs doing their little stuff, and I like watching. If I see sisters running 200, 100, 400, 800, and they look nice, and then I like watching it. There's a beauty and a grace to me with the men in all sports. It's a matter of not just beautiful technique like in boxing, the sweet science. When you see the sweet science, like I like watching, I used to love watching Mayweather. I like watching Shakur Stevenson because they do the sweet science. And in the sweet science, on the men's side, you got the science, you got the technique, but you also have the testosterone. And that does count for something. So you got the sweet science and you got the brute force of the testosterone at the same time. See? And with females, it's different. There's got to be a beauty involved. And I'm not even talking about a woman that looks like a model, although that does help. I ain't going to front. But I've seen women that I would not approach in the street be beautiful in what they do. Okay. There was this sister named Reese, long jumper from Mississippi. I would say not my type, but I would say I would watch her 10 times out of 10 doing the long jump. She was a bad sister. That's what I'm talking about. So there's got to be a grace and a beauty to it. In the WNBA, I find that the women are trying to be men. And that's not very pretty. That's not very graceful. And I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way, because the NBA has been not only financially carrying the WNBA, they put they take all of the most attractive women that they can, whether they be a pretty white girl or somebody that somebody might think is pretty, or a sister like Angel Reese, who is fine as hell. They might put them in commercials. Asia Wilson, they put them in commercials. They do what they can to promote the league, and it still ain't making no money. There's a reason for that. Now, I would never say I hate it. That's a strong term. That's an X type of term that I wouldn't use. You hear what I'm saying? Who is that? Old man Knicks fan? You hear what I'm saying? I would never say I hate it. Okay? I do hate certain aspects. I don't want to see women beating each other up in the face. I hate women's MMA. I will tell you that. I hate women's MMA. Because I don't believe in women beating each other up in the face. Especially, you know, Ronda Rousey, say what you want about her. But she was a relatively attractive looking girl before she jumped in that ring with the wrong people. And I don't find what happened to her when that other sister was beating her ass. I don't find that particularly attractive. Okay. Well, what her name was? Holmes, something like that. Beat Ronda Rousey ass up. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see that. I'm not paying to see it. Okay. But basketball-wise, there's some beauty. But then again, there's that background. Then there's that alphabet soup and all of that. Like, let's say, right? Let me ask you all a serious question before we get into more Knicks. Okay, we're going to get into Knicks. Just a minute. But old man said something very important, I think. Let me ask you all a question. If you watch an NBA basketball, right? You watch an NBA ball, and you found out that half the dudes was alphabet soup. They were straight, strong alphabet soup, flaming. Would you want to watch it with as much fervor as you do now? Would it change your perception of the game a little bit to know that alphabet soup was dominating the NBA? Well, I'm just asking you, what y'all think? Would it change how you see the game? Dobson says no. Wallflower says probably. It would change how I see it. I would. It would. It would change how I see it. It would change how I see the game. If everybody was like, it's raining men and looking like that, and you knew that's how they flow. And so like when they sat on the sideline, they dressed it like they was on In Living Color, you know, that would change my perception of the game. I wouldn't appreciate it as much. And now when you take female, I'm an old-fashioned dude. I believe in opening doors for the women. I believe in pulling their chairs. My wife and I have been married 42 years. I'll still pull her chair for her, let her sit down. You know, that's the way I was raised. That's how I flow. So when I see a woman, there's a certain way I approach it. It's just me. I can't just like let my woman open the door for herself and pull her seat and sit down. I find that to be a little bit offensive. So when I see a woman trying to be a man, first of all, they don't have the testosterone. I don't care if they could dunk. They don't have the testosterone. It's not just the dunk for the sake of the dunk. You see Mitchell Robinson throw down a flush one with two hands. It is quite different than if you see a woman do it. It's quite different. There's a whole bunch more power and force behind a Mitchell Robinson two-handed tomahawk. You hear what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of different force behind it. Whereas if I'm watching a sister run a 400, if I'm watching a sister run a 400 meters, okay, and she's bad, she's flowing, I don't care what I don't care what she looks like, because she's running like a damn deer, and that deer-like running is beautiful. You hear it? It's beautiful. Okay? Or when I see somebody jump on that high platform with them tight, with that tight beach shoot on, man, you can see certain things that look very nice. And she go and do all kinds of twists and flips. That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different thing. Or when you see a female do martial arts, and you see Bruce Lee do martial arts, one of his old movies. It's two different things, but it's beauty. Beauty in how the female is flowing. Bruce Lee is the testosterone. You see what I'm saying? So to deny that testosterone has an effect on how you see something, it's kind of you being willfully ignorant. I'm just trying to be real. You mean? I'm just being real with you. So I'm not as into the WNBA. Like, what's that girl name? Bookers, whatever her name is. Blonde haired girl out of UConn. She come from Minnesota. To me, she got game. I like watching her. But then in the back of my mind, there's that alphabet soup, and it turns me off. It does. I ain't gonna front. It turns me off. When I see Asia Wilson, though, and I see her sitting next to Bam Adebayo and supporting her man, when I see her, I have to be honest. I don't see it the same way. It's like, oh, that's a sister right there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's a different situation. So that's what I mean. I don't hate the WNBA. I do hate women's MMA. I ain't going front. I could use the word hate because I don't want to see women getting beat up in the face. I'm just old fashioned. I was in a karate tournament. I think I was 20. And I let this girl she kicked me all in the face. And why? Because I promised my mama when I was 8 years old, I would never hit a woman. My sensei insisted. I told him I didn't want to fight. He insisted. So I was trying to avoid this girl, and she was throwing these long, nice looking legs at me. And I was like, bang, catching it. But I wasn't going to hit her. I wasn't even going to act like I was going to hit her. I couldn't. I let her hit me because I couldn't do it. That's not how I was raised. Okay. I don't believe in hitting on a girl. Okay. Now, if some girl jumped me coming out of the alley somewhere in the dark and I don't really see you, there might be some lead involved. But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to hit a woman, though. I'm just not trying to do it. Okay. It's not how I was raised. So it's a different scene and I see it differently. And I'm just trying to be real. I don't feel like the WNBA will ever be popular. And that's why it will never be popular. Even in Europe, they make more money than they do in the States, but it's still not the most popular thing. You know what I mean? It's still not popular. It's not. Whereas gymnasts in Russia and gymnasts in Germany, they could do business. They can get paid. Okay? They could retire on their money. The only sport that I see women really getting paid and excelling in is soccer. Women's soccer is big. And because of the largeness of the crowd that likes it. It's a worldwide sport. So women's soccer is pretty big. But other than that, and of course, like I said, the diving, the gymnastics, the track, it's all good, man. It's beautiful. Beautiful. But don't talk to me about basketball. When they start to try to wear tennis, oh my God, you're right, Irving. Irving Green, you done tapped that for real. For real. Beautiful. Serena and her sister and others. I have no problem watching them in them little tennis skirts. No problem at all. No problem. Skiing is another one. That's right, Wilf. I ain't gonna front. Skiing too. What's that white girl name that just messed her leg up? She was a bad girl. She was bad in her time. She did a little stupid thing trying to come down that slope though. But hopefully she retired now. Messed her leg up bad. Lindsay something. Forgot her name. You know what I'm talking about. Lindsay something. But I like watching that too. But see, there's certain things I can't deny. Just don't do it for me the same way. I hate watching a woman get punched in the face. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I don't like it. I wouldn't mind women wrestling. I wouldn't mind women wrestling now. They're not getting punched in the face. They're just wrestling each other. All right. Or women's volleyball, for sure. We could do that too. But don't get Women kicking and punching each other in the face. We just doing a little bit, calm down. We just doing a little side thing. We get ready to get into the Knicks, all right? I do have the Knicks hat on, so you know we're going to talk Knicks. You can calm the freak down. Okay. I learned a new way. By the way, when you retire, when I retire, I hate the word to use the word discovering because that's a bad term, but I am coming into contact with certain things. You know what I've been getting into recently that I didn't know was bad? They're going Russian rap. Russian rap, man. I've been dealing with I put a whole Russian rap playlist together. Dang, I was like, dang, y'all doing some flow, man. So it got me the idea. I'm gonna look at some French next. Because D-Mex has some French dudes on some of his vibes. So I'm gonna look that up next. But I've been, I got a whole Russian thing going, man. I'm like, these Russians doing some business on the vibe, man. I ain't gonna front. Well, anyway, back to the Knicks. Since what's the fool name? Lou. It's like, okay, we're gonna talk Knicks. Yeah, we're gonna talk Knicks. Look here. Mitchell Robinson had 22 rebounds on Friday. Wait. Mitchell Robinson had 22 rebounds on Friday. The significant thing, aside the obvious, controlling the board, you control the game for the most part. The significant thing is that he had this on Zubac. Let me tell you something. With Zubac, Halliburton, Neesmith, Nembhard, them cats, Obi, they're going to be back next year. They're going to be back next year looking at the top of the East again. I'm trying to tell you. For Mitchrob to do what he did, a couple of things. When Mitchrob was drafted, I thought he was a championship piece. And I still think it's a championship piece. But if you follow Mitchrob's career, first of all, anybody that tells you the Knicks don't develop players, you already know how I think about that. Did they not draft Deuce? Did they not draft Mitchell Robinson? And who are those? Are those players important to us right now? So Mitchrob is drafted and developed by the New York Knicks organization. And he got 22 rebounds. And not only that, have you ever seen Mitchrob this healthy, this late in the season? You hear what I'm saying? Have you ever seen Mitchell Robinson this healthy, this late in the season? And they came up with the perfect plan, having him come off the bench and not play back-to-backs. Okay? Having him come off the bench and not play back-to-backs. Look, no Cat on Friday. No Josh Hart on Friday. No Deuce on Friday. Mitchrob, 22 rebounds. Takes the lunch money from Zubac. Takes his Croatian ass out. Mitchrob. And this is what we got coming off our bench come playoff time, y'all. This is what we got coming off our bench come playoff time. Imagine now. Listen, I don't think I need to convince y'all. Deuce McBride is going to come with noise. Yeah, the kindergarten Pacome Daddy ate, blah, blah. All right, good. Sit down at the end of the damn bench. It's time for the men to play. I'm glad the boy got a few minutes, 6, 7 minutes to show a little bit. Good. That's for next year or 2 years from now. It's time for the men to show up. You know, I like seeing the little kindergartners do their thing every once in a while. That's what Daddy is to me, a kindergartner. It's, a little kindergarten. Oh, great. That's cute. We're trying to get the second seed. Okay? So it's time for the grown-ass men to play. And I'm going to tell you, and I know, Deuce ain't playing. When he come back, I mean, when I say he ain't playing, he ain't messing around. When Deuce come back, then you get Mitchrob. Then you mess around and add Shamet to it. Off the bench now, add Shamet to it. Then you got now Kumo D. That's the rookie surprise. The Knicks never draft, they never play anybody, they never develop anybody. You heard of Kumo D? You seen Kumo D? So you're talking about Kumo D, Deuce, Shamet, Mitchrob. And if you want to really mess around, you got a choice. You can bring Alvarado, who really ain't come off yet. I feel like Alvarado, before we get to the playoffs, he gonna come off. He gonna show, because he's a better shooter than he is showing. Unfortunately, we ain't not patient in Knicks Nation, so people start acting like assholes. But I'm gonna tell you, he's a much better shooter than he is showing. No, you're not going to see. And I'm sorry, who is it? It was I love her. I like her too. She's one of my favorite channel people. I forgot her name. Margaret Edwards. She love her some Coley. She love her, and I respect that. Margaret Edwards, I respect that. But you ain't seeing that dude. You ain't seeing him. It's time for the grown ass men. So he gonna be getting CMPCDs. It's time for the grown ass men. We got to, it's that time. Okay, it's that time. So you can forget Kolick for now. I'm not saying he's a bad player. Don't get X on me. He could ball, and you may not see a whole lot of Clarkson. We needed Clarkson to come off against Utah, and he did. But don't expect to see a lot of him because you're going to have a 10-man rotation for the playoffs. Somebody's asking, well, what are you going to do? It's not a big mystery. Deuce is going to play. He is. Okay? Deuce is going to play. Kumo D is going to play. Mitchrob is going to play. And of course, Landry Shamet is going to play. And then you're going to have either Clarkson or Alvarado in that 10 spot. Okay? We're going to have, listen, y'all, don't sleep on it. We got a hell of a team. And all of these dumbasses talking about we need to trade Mikal so we can re-sign Mitch. Man, we need to trade Mikal because we can re-sign Mitch. That's what I'm saying. When will dumbasses cease? How long we gonna have to suffer the dumbasses? Are you crazy? Yeah, fourth quarter defense. For the last 25 games, the number one rated defense in the NBA. At the time when you want to be playing your best ball. The Knicks have the number one over 25 games, 18-7, last 25. They got the number one rated defense. And that's with a couple of slip-ups. They got the number one rated defense in the NBA. Okay? So, and somebody asked a dumbass question. Why do they always fall behind? Like, wait. And I said, fall behind? What you talking about? This is the NBA. This is the league. What you think? They're supposed to be coast to coast in every game? See, that's the problem. There's some people think the Knicks should be winning coast to coast every game. And then they'll say, well, no, I don't. Oh, yes, you are, because your dumb ass always complaining when they lose. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. The Knicks, listen, again, let me just, please excuse me. But look, part of being able to win at a high level is having continuity. Some people ain't caught that memo yet. Part of being able to win at a high level is having this thing called continuity. It's very important. You can't just pick 5 guys that's hanging on the fence and saying, I got next, and just win. Doesn't work like that. The guys got to be used to playing together, even in the street. The homeboys that grew up in high school and play high school ball and play street ball together, they usually get on the court and dominate, though they don't have the 5 best guys because they know each other. They know what to expect from each other. They know their strengths and weaknesses. They know where each other likes the basketball. Continuity is extremely important. Okay, extremely. So right now you got Brunson, Cat, OG, Mikal. Okay, and then of course Josh Hart. Now Josh Hart has strong continuity with both Mikal and Brunson. This is only Cat's second season with the Knicks. He's got dumbasses complaining about him. This is his, not even completely his second season. Let's call it season and a half. And you got dumbasses complaining about him. I find it very stupid. So you want Cat to be comfortable. It's a 4-year window, with which we're not even finished the second year yet. And let me just say, do you believe, Knicks Nation, in fact, let me make this the first poll of the day. Ready? Here we go. Let me put this in. This is a simple yes or no. Are you ready? This is a simple yes or no. Is it possible for New York to win the chip this year? That's a simple yes or no. Is it possible for New York to win the chip this year? That's all I want to know. Is it possible? Then if it's possible, why the freak we want to complain, whine about the New York, talk about trades? If they could win the chip with this team, it would follow that you don't want to change the team. Does that make sense, y'all? Brother Lonnie, I got my security here. Brother Lonnie, I got to tell you, when I got the notification about your room for the upcoming Memorial Day weekend, Brother Lonnie, I was so excited because I want to make sure you and sister are there. You know what I'm saying? So I was glad when y'all came through, man. We can't really do it right if you're not there, Brother Lonnie. You know what I'm saying? I need to have my 45 brother there. I need to have my 45 brother there with us, man. So, yeah, brother. Yeah. I got the Pinot Noir, Brother Malik. I got the grape juice from Pinot Noir. This is Josh's cellar. I ain't gonna front. I'm very partial to Josh Sellers. I like how they do business on the grape juice. Okay. Yeah, Brother Lonnie. That's what I'm talking about, my brother. That's what I'm talking about. When I know Brother Lonnie and George come, I'll be like, okay, good. We ready now. We ready for anything now. I'll be like, good. Got that set. Okay, got that set. Okay, look. So the New York Knicks rotation should be a 10-man rotation. Number one, because we got 10 dudes that fit, that could ball. Number two, because I think my hypothesis is that both Detroit, Boston, well, not Boston, but Detroit and Oklahoma City and probably the Spurs are all going to play 10. What y'all think? I'm going to guarantee you Oklahoma City is going to play 10. And the Spurs probably will play 10. If you look at the Spurs, as far as their roster construction, I think they're going to play 10. In fact, let me look at their stats. I'll tell you. I think the Spurs going to play 10. If I was to look at the Spurs, Keldon Johnson, Julian Champagnie, Harrison Barnes, De'Aaron Fox, Luke Cornett, Stephen Castle, Carter Bryant, Dylan Harper, Devin Vassell, Victor Wembanyama. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you got Kelly Olynyk. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's 10 right there. They're going to play 10. San Antonio's playing 10. And you know Oklahoma City's playing 10. And you know Detroit's going to play 10. Look at Detroit. Detroit's going to play 10, because especially if everybody's healthy. Because now you get finished with the suspensions, from Isaiah Stewart and all that. You get finished with the suspensions, and then you're going to have Duran back. And then, of course, you got Cade, who is the deal. I always said Cade was the deal. Cade's the deal. Cade, Duran, Tobias Harris, Duncan Robinson, Oscar Thompson, Stewart, Ron Holland, Jaden Ivory. No, Jaden Ivory ain't there no more. He ain't there no more. Karis LeVert, Javonte Green, Paul Reed. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They going 10. And then you still got Howdy Doody over there. Don't mess around with Howdy Doody. They probably play Howdy Doody in the playoff. So yeah, Howdy Doody gonna play. Okay. So you got 10. They're gonna play 10. They're gonna play 10. Okay. That's right, son. They're gonna play 10. So they playing 10. And that's why, look, I'm just I most of the time will tell you, I will admit I favor the Knicks. This channel favors the Knicks. That's why when somebody talks about other teams and they start hyping them like they could beat the Knicks, I tell you to go flock off. You know, I find a new way. I've been watching Peaky Blinders for the second time. I didn't see the Peaky Blinders the first time. I don't know if y'all heard of Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders, like The Godfather. The Godfather 1 and 2, a top 5 of all time for me. Godfather 1 and 2, top 5 all time for me. Okay, I like that. Malcolm X is up there too, but Godfather 1 and 2, right? Peaky Blinders is the Irish version of Godfather 1 and 2. Except there's just the Irish have a way of flowing that is different from the Italians. It's just completely different. And so there's a way they call it the folking. It's F-O-O-K-N. They don't say it. They say the folking Peaky Blinders by order of the folking Peaky Folking Blinders. So they be flowing like that, man. Son, they be flowing like that. So I brought that up to say I've been discovering how to say that. And these are the fucking New York Knicks. This channel is for the fucking New York Knicks. You know what I'm saying? So, look, this is a Knicks channel. So I'm going to just tell y'all, though, it is my belief. And y'all know, I think you could bear witness. I try to be realistic with my Knicks. I do. I'm always positive, as y'all can bear witness, right? Y'all can bear witness. I'm positive with the Knicks, but I try to be realistic at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, man, 1 to 10. Shit, I don't know a team that's head and shoulders better than the Knicks in the NBA. 1 to 10. You might have a starting 5 that could rival the Knicks, but please tell me what 5 off the bench? Mitchrob, a healthy Deuce, Shamet. Right? And then you mess around with Kumo D, and now you got Grand Theft Auto on top of all that. I don't really know a 5 that's head and shoulders better than that off the bench. What y'all think? That 5 could start. That 5 could start. Am I lying to y'all yet? Like my wife said, miente en la boca? No miente en la boca. No miente en la boca. That 5 could start. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Angry? I ain't lied yet. So I like that. And in the league, it's that second group. It's not the first group. See, yes, Boston Celtics, for example, they balling, man. They was down in OKC and took OKC to the last shot. They did. And that was without Jason Tatum. They had people I never even heard of hitting 3-point shots, man. So I'm like, okay, Boston is tight. But I don't know that their bench is better than the New York bench. Because when you're looking at Boston, right? I mean, they got dudes I never even heard of. They was splashing threes. I'm like, who the flock are these guys, man? They was splashing threes. I'm like, who is this dude? And when you look at it, let me see. You're talking about Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, who I thought was a scrub until they won the chip. Neemias Queta, another dude. Baylor Shireman, who really, I don't even think this fool got drafted. I remember him. He played for Iowa. I was like, who is this? He could shoot, but he can't get his shot off. Well, guess what? He's playing for Boston. Hugo Gonzalez, a good youngin', right? Jaylen Brown, of course. Jordan Walsh, and now we know they're going to have Tatum. Luka Garza, another dude. I know Luka Garza played for Iowa. I was like, who is this fool? Can he make the league? Yes, he can. Okay, listen. I got to give daggone Mazzulla. I got to give Mazzulla credit. I ain't going to front. I got to give him credit. There's no way I expected Boston to be challenging us for the second seed. There's no freaking way I thought that. But here they are. And daggone Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brown. Remember, Jalen Brown is for real, man. He is for real. So, listen. We're going to have our hand cut out, but you talking about benches, right? I'll take the Knicks bench. I'll take the Knicks bench. I'll take the Knicks bench over any bench in the league, especially come playoff time. So you're talking about White, Cater, Brown, Pritchard, and they're going Tatum, right? Then you got Hauser, Walsh, Shireman, Minot. They coming Lugarza, Gonzalez. They got a nice bench now. Ron Hopper's son, remind me so much of his daddy. He's not as tall as his daddy. But when you see him, I could see his father on the book. I could just see it. I could see his face. I said, damn, that's Ron. I keep calling him Ron Hopper. His name is Ron Hopper. He's junior, right? Well, he's pretty good coming off the daggone bench. But I still take the Knicks. I take the Knicks bench. Listen, have you heard? Let me ask y'all. And I haven't looked it up, so I don't really know. How many bench pieces in the NBA have had 22 rebound games? Because he started on Friday. But he's a bench piece, Mitchell Robinson. How many bench pieces do you know that's in the league have had 22 rebound games? 22. Shit, man, I'm going to tell you, man, look. Anytime an NBA player can snatch 22 boards, now, whoever has what's the boy name out of UConn? Damn, he used to play for Detroit. He's on Philly now. Come out of UConn. Now he has done it. He's had 22 rebound game. He had what's that boy named son from Brooklyn on Philly? He come out of UConn. What's the boy name? Damn, what's his name? I gotta look it up now. He come out of Philly. He come out of UConn. But yeah, what's his name? Hold on, I'll tell you. He's had a 20. That dude has had a 22 rebound game. He has. What the hell is his name? Andre Drummond. He's had a 20 rebound game. Okay. And he's coming off the Philly bench. But let's be real about it. Andre Drummond is not in his prime anymore. Andre Drummond is 32 years old. I'm not saying he's scrub. He's not no scrub. And he ain't washed. Right? But he ain't 27-year-old Mitchell Robinson. You hear what I'm saying? And it was driving me crazy, y'all. I ain't going front. Somebody talking about, we need to let Mitchrob walk. And because we got Hoop Party. I was like, what the flock are you talking about? Are you out of your goddamn mind? You hear what I'm saying? I was like, what is wrong with people, man? Yeah, so Andre Drummond has had 20-plus rebound games, but Mitch Rob, and now he's healthy. Look, there's no ankle issue. There's no broken bones. There's no foot. Mitch has broken his foot. He's broken his ankle. Okay. He's had a broken hand. I've seen. He had all of that. He ain't got none of that now. Y'all about to see prime Mitchrob in prime time do prime work in the prime playoffs. And the Knicks got the nerve to put Deuce McBride next to him and Landry Shamet. What the hell, man? What the hell? See, this is the time. See, at some point, when you are a championship level team, listen carefully. The second apron is not as important. You'll pay the tax. Owners will pay the tax if they can win a chip. When you see owners pay the tax and their team is failing like not getting into the finals of their conference or not winning the chip, that's when they start trading. Look at Clippers. That's what the Clippers owner did. You had PG-13, you had Prime, Kawhi, you had Harden, and you was expecting chip. So that's why you had to break it up. So the Knicks are in a 4-year window in year 2. So everybody worrying about how they're going to afford Mitch, y'all need to stop. Please get off the rag. Take a Midol. Do something. They're going to keep Mitch. They keeping Mitch. And they ain't trading nobody. Everybody, this dumb ass, I forgot his name. And I'm thankful I forgot his name. He's not even worth repeating. This dumb ass talking about, well, Dante set the record for threes, and the Knicks traded for Mikal and traded 5 picks. And I told him, please stop with that bullcrap revisionist history. Don't fall for it. Don't go for the okie doke, Knicks Nation. Let me ask you all a question. Because what I have here in my room, 95% is intelligent Knicks fans. There's always a 5% fool that comes in here and got to catch the third rail. That goes with the territory. But most of y'all are very intelligent Knicks fans. So let me ask you a question. Okay. In the deal with Minnesota that sent Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle to Minnesota, what was the number one purpose for the Knicks of doing that deal? The deal that sent Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle to Minnesota. Why would the Knicks do that deal? What was at the time it happened, what was the Knicks trying to do? What were they trying to do? They were trying to obtain Karl Anthony Towns. Am I right? Miss Lee, is that correct? The goal of the deal was to acquire Karl Anthony Towns. Okay? Now listen. You know and I know. I don't think anybody else has said this. Tell me if I'm wrong. But you got to bring ass to get ass. Now, that's on Uptown Saturday Night. I don't know. Uptown Saturday Night. Let's do it again. It's on one of them. But you got to bring ass to get ass. John Amos said you got to bring ass to get ass. So if you wanted Karl Anthony Towns, and they did, you got to bring some ass. That means that what was Dante DiVincenzo? He was a casualty of the deal. Do y'all understand that? It wasn't like they were saying we're going to be better without Dante. They said, okay, in order to get Cat, who's a championship now, we got to give up something. The Minnesota Timberwolves said, listen, we aren't really interested in Julius Randle. We really want Dante. Julius Randle will help us, but we want Dante. And you saying, no, we're not going to do that because, Dante, we ain't going to get Cat. No, that's not what they were saying. Let's get Cat. You understand? So to bring up Dante as if they were trying to compare Dante to Mikal, that wasn't the deal. The deal was Cat. No. Minnesota, it came out. Ian said it. Sham said it. They said no to Mitchell Robinson. They said no to Julius Randle. And then they said, we will take Juju off your hands for Dante. It was Dante they wanted. Okay? And why? And I said this the year before it happened, a year. I said, look, Minnesota going to want to trade Karl Anthony Towns. And I said, why? Because that damn owner up in Podunk, damn Minneapolis. Minneapolis is a beautiful city. I ain't going to front. But it's damn Podunk. He is not going to want to pay the tax to keep Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns will be in his prime. I said, the Knicks should contact them about Karl Anthony Towns. And that owner said, I'll take Juju and Devo, which is less money combined than Karl Anthony Towns. And that's what they did. So the deal wasn't for Devo in terms of we trying to get rid of Devo. It was we wanted Towns. So the former number 1 overall pick, the guy that had just led his team to the Western Conference Finals. That dude, we wanted him. The most unstoppable offensive force in the league, we wanted him. And that's why we traded Devo. It's not like they hated Devo. It's not like Devo sucked. That's what you want. Now, you got another Villanova piece in Mikal Bridges. Let me also say this. The Knicks never wanted Bridges to be the number one option. He was a very important number 3 option, which now he is a very important number 4 option. And if you follow Bridges' career from Villanova to Phoenix to Brooklyn, to have that guy as your 4th option, hell yeah, take them damn picks. We wasn't going to play no rookies anyway. Do you understand that Tom Thibodeau don't believe in playing rookies? And that the Knicks were pushing for Eastern Conference dominance, and that a guy that could fit in as your 4th option on a high, I want to say, tell me, y'all, come on now. How many 4th options in the NBA are better than Mikal Bridges? Because we're going to put it this way. Let me help y'all. Jalen Brunson's the number 1 option. Should be Cat. Cat's the number 2 option. Should be number 1. But still, those are your 1 and 2. OG is your number 3 option. Am I lying yet? That leaves Mikal as your 4th option. Talk to me, Knicks Nation. How many 4th options are better than Mikal Bridges? Let me tell you. 0. 0. And so, look, winning a chip in the NBA and having a guy that's all NBA defensive level as your 4th option, that can, look, let me just make sure I'm not lying to y'all. Hold on. Let me get the stats up here. Let me make sure I'm not lying to y'all. Make sure I'm not lying, because we got a lot of dumbass knuckleheads in Knicks Nation. So here. Mikal Bridges is shooting 38% from 3. 4th option, all NBA defensive level. He's already been the defensive NBA, all NBA defensive team. So now he shoots, you got this guy that is defensive elite that could shoot 38% from 3, and you're complaining about freaking 5 picks? Fucking what? Are you kidding me? That's what I'm talking about. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. 5 picks that the Knicks wasn't going to use. They weren't going to use. Listen, Pacome Daddier is the last 1st-round pick the Knicks had that they've actually chosen in the 1st round. And Pacome Daddier is still in kindergarten. He's not part of the rotation. You know who is part of the rotation? Last year's 51st pick. Wait, did I lie to you yet? Is not last year's 51st pick, not 36 like Kolick or 33 or Deuce 36. No, the 5-1. The 5-1 pick. The last 5 picks of the 10 picks of the 1st round. He's in the rotation. And y'all complain about 5 freaking picks? You can see why I get a little bit heated behind that. Because you got a 4th option that shoots 38% from 3. A knockdown shooter. And wait. Do y'all remember what Mikal had the nerve to do last year against Boston at the end of the game? Do you remember them stops at the end of the game? That's what I'm saying. I told my wife, I said, I'm going to get some wine. I said, some of these fools in Knicks Nation cause a brother to reach for the grape juice, man. I came in front. There's some fool who caused me to reach for the grape juice. I'm like, what the hell are y'all thinking? How could you even, what the hell? And some of these fools, one of them fools got a big platform, like he's on the newspaper or something. I'll be like, somebody wasting their damn money. Somebody wasting their money, paying some fool. You still talking about them 5 dumbass picks? Why? Because he didn't score but 5 points in the night? That's not what they got him. You have to understand. Mikal Bridges is the 4th option. He's the fourth option. And let me also say this, if I may. There are some nights when Mikal Bridges, when Shamet's on the floor, listen to me now. When Landry Shamet's on the floor, Mikal's the fifth option. Am I lying to you? There are some nights when Landry Shamet is on the floor, the Mikal Bridges is the fifth option. And let me explain, like Friday is if you have recorded Friday's game and you want to understand Landry Shamet, please look at that game again. You have to see the amount of energy that Shamet puts on the defensive end of the floor. It's unbelievable. Okay, really. Him and Deuce combined, there is hell to pay. The energy he exerts on the defensive end of the floor, and then got the nerve to be knocking down threes at the same time. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And let me tell you something. Ain't no back-to-backs come playoff time. Ain't no 3 games in 4 nights come playoff time. The Knicks got something, y'all. The Knicks got something, man. And on the offensive end of the floor, when Shamet is fresh, even Brown has said it, but I was noticing it before that. There's like a few guys that can cut off ball and get open like Shamet. Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot. The way he cuts off ball and to be shooting 40% from 3, he shoots 40% from 3. Okay. I gotta be honest, Mr. Baptiste. I don't even know who the hell Phil Morris is. I ain't fronting with you. I gotta look that one up. But Landry Shamet, if he's on the floor like he was Friday in place of Josh Hart, he is your fourth option. You know, and he was spending a lot of energy guarding Nembhard. Nembhard at this stage is Nembhard and Nesmith are the 2 best players on the floor for Indiana. And it is no joke. I'm saying, y'all remember Nesmith now. If it wasn't for Nesmith, the Knicks would have been in the finals last year. Nesmith took that personal. Okay? He took that personally. I'll never forget. So Nesmith and Nembhard. Nembhard gives Jalen Brunson fits. Nembhard is kryptonite to Jalen Brunson. This is why it was driving me crazy watching the game last night. I'm watching the replay. I'm like, will you stop dribbling the ball? Pass the ball. I was yelling at the team. Pass the damn ball. Pass it. Because he's trying to go and he turns the ball over. Okay? That's what Brunson does against Nembhard. He turns the ball over. All he has to do is give it to Alvarado. He could give it to Shamet. He could give it to Mikal. Stop trying to dribble against that brother. That's not good for us. What they say in Rocky, what the brother tried to tell Apollo Creed, this man is not good for us. He's just not good for us. No, we don't want him. He's not good for us. He was trying to tell Apollo, you was hitting that man with everything, and he kept coming. He's not good for us. That's what I'm trying to tell Jalen Brunson. Nembhard, you good, man. You a bad man. You the clutch player of the year, but he's not good for you, man. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with him. Okay? Don't mess with him. Okay? And let me tell you, if you watched the game Friday, you saw why we need to have a Mikal Bridges. I think he scored most of his points in the fourth quarter. See, that's the thing. Mikal is the road runner. I believe he runs more miles during the game than anybody in the NBA. That's why I call him the road runner. He reminds me of John Havlicek. John Havlicek was before many of your time. He used to be my favorite player. They used to call him Hondo Havlicek. And why? Because the boy just kept running the whole game. They did put a monitor on him one time. Found out he ran 3 miles a game. John Havlicek. Unbelievable. And that's Mikal. So he's still running. He still has energy in the fourth quarter when you want him to, which is why he locked up Tatum. He locked up Brown. He took the ball out Brown's hands like he was taking his lunch money. You remember that in the playoffs last year? He took the ball out homeboy's hands like he was taking his lunch money. Then he went and act like he was rolling on. He was like part of the mob doing a rolling all over Tatum when he took that ball from him. So I'm saying that's what you want. That's what you want. Okay? He could be sucking air the whole game. Fourth quarter, though, that's who you want on the floor. And grilled. But this is the thing. They're going to be, Indiana's going to be back next year. Mark my words. Unless somebody get hurt, God forbid. I don't hope, only Boston, I hope. But I hate Indiana. But hopefully Halliburton's back. They got their Nimhart. They got their, they got their Neesmith. They got their Zubac. They have their crew. But they're going to be battling for the top spot next year. They ain't this year. But they're going to be battling. I'm listening to I'm watching the game Friday. And, of course, what happened when I watch the game, when I get tape, right, I get a damn Quinn Buckner. Oh, my God. If anybody, I don't believe anybody has bigger pom-poms than damn Quinn Buckner. I mean, damn. I'd be like, my wife was laughing at me. I said, pom-pom Negro, put the pom-poms away. I mean, every call he thought was supposed to be for Indiana. I'm like, bro, stop it. And he was still talking like they're gonna get in the playoffs. I was like, bro, will you please stop using them drugs and put them damn pom-poms away? They're 15-52. They're not seeing no playoffs this year. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, damn Quinn Buckner. And I respect Quinn Buckner. They won. They were undefeated. It was him, a guy named Scott May. I remember a guy named Kent Benson, who Jabbar bashed him in his jaw. But anyway, they won the chip. They were undefeated under Bobby Knight, Indiana. I think it was 76. They won the chip, and all of them went to the pros. Benson went to the pros. Scott May went to the pro, and of course Buckner went to the pro. And then I respect Buckner. He came back to Indiana, where he's from. Where he played his college ball. Probably don't have to pay for a meal in Indianapolis, no. But that boy got the pom-poms on in the worst way. We spoiled. We get Mike Bream and Clyde, and they are professionals. They know the game, okay? And they make the analysis like professionals. But damn Quinn Buckner, he ain't seen a foul on Indiana yet. So I said, put them damn pom-poms away. My wife showed me yelling at me, put the damn pom-poms away. And she was laughing. Who are you talking about? I said, this person right here. And I didn't use the word person, excuse me. But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got a fourth option that shoots 38% from three, can lock down 1 through 4, and you complaining about 5 picks? Really? 5 picks they weren't going to use anyway? I mean, when you look at Kumo D, the 51st pick, what you whining about 5 picks for? You hear what I'm saying? If you look at Kumo D, he's the 51st pick. What you whining about 5 picks for? What you thought, they were going to get a lottery pick and use it? Play him? Are you crazy? This is the Knicks. We trying to get the lead. We trying to get the chip here. This is a grown-ass man game. This ain't for little kindergartners. And like I said, I like Pacome Daddy. I do. I ain't no front. But he's in kindergarten, man. It's time, he got to go to bed. It's bedtime, sir. It's time. The grown-ass men got to take out the whiskey. Those are dudes with hair on their chest. It's time for the grown-ass men to show up. This ain't time for no rookie. I was trying to explain that to people earlier in the season. Pacome should be in the rotation. I mean, stop. Yeah. And you know what? Look, if you haven't known anything about the Don yet and about Walt Perrin, right? If you ain't learned anything about them, by the way, I see the hint. I'm starting to smell third rail. When the electricity gets too high, there's a certain smell. It's like burnt copper, burnt wire comes out. I'm starting to smell it. I'm starting to smell it. Yes, I am. We'll see. Let's see if it's something serious or not. So, but yeah, it's time for the grown ass men to play. Okay, so you're talking about Deuce again, and then if you are a part of that, but you a youngin, the cream must rise to the top. And in New York, the cream must rise to the top in limited minutes. You got to show you part of the cream in limited minutes. This ain't high school, but Kumo D has shown it. Y'all hear me? Um, okay, hold on. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna use. Let me see here. I'm gonna use the timeout method first. I'm gonna give them a mild timeout. That's a mild timeout. Now, I told you, 95% of y'all are very knowledgeable Knicks fans, supportive of your team. And you understand what I say when I see and I say this channel is about the Knicks. It's not about Boston, Detroit, the Lakers. This channel is about the Knicks. We support the Knicks. We with the Knicks. If you're not, excuse yourself. And so timeouts come in handy. I'm glad they put that option in there. I don't want to always just kick somebody out. I do want to give a timeout, but give a chance to think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Oh, Coach Hauser, you right. And Wellflowers right too. Daddy A's a future. Okay. Daddy A's future. The thing about Kumo D is that he's proven, though he's a youngin', he's present. You hear what I'm saying? Kumo D is proven he's a youngin', and he has earned the right to be in the rotation. You see, brethren, what were we talking about at the trade deadline? Y'all remember what we were talking about at the trade deadline? What were we talking about at trade deadline? Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Sohan, Precious Achua. That's what we were talking about. You remember, right? We were talking about these guys. Why? Because these were power forward type dudes that can guard multiple positions and bring some offense. Like Sadiq could shoot the three, can guard multiple positions. Precious was all right with the three, could guard multiple positions and play center. And of course, Sohan could guard fives and fours. Not quite the shooter. Kumo D was sitting on the bench the whole time, and he proved to the world we don't need none of these cats because we got him. What y'all think? We got him? Kumo D could obviously shoot the three. Obviously, he could shoot the three. Let me just look at his numbers. Mo Diawara is shooting 39% from three. 39% from three. He's a rookie. What is he, 20 years old? Kumo D, 20 years old, right? 20 years old. Am I lying to you if I said he can guard 1 through 4? Cannot Kumo D guard 1 through 4? Now, this is a 20-year-old rookie, 51st pick in the draft. He can guard 1 through 4. I'm going to tell you something. He's Coach Hauser. We ain't anywhere near his ceiling. I mean, we not anywhere near his ceiling. I'm trying to tell you. He is going to get better. That's the scary thing. He's playing a role right now. I think Kumo D, some of y'all started comparing him to Siakam real early. I was a little nervous about that because I don't want to put pressure on the boy. But I got to agree with you now. He got Siakam's vibe. What y'all think? He got Siakam vibe. He could be a star in the league. See, right now, I think we're going to look back in 3 years and see. Remember when Kumo D was playing a role because he's gonna be a star in the league, man. He is. We not even. I'm telling y'all, we not even close to scratching the surface of his talent. We not even close yet. We not. He has got the ability to be a star in the NBA, and he's only 20. In fact, what I would say, in the beginning of the season, y'all may have heard me say, Dink Pate and Diawara are going to be the stars of the summer league next year. I told y'all, right? Dink Pate and Diawara are going to be the stars of the summer league. Well, at this point, I got to change that. Dink Pate is going to be the star of the summer league. I don't even want to see Diawara in the summer league. I don't even want to see him there. Honestly, I don't want to see him in the summer league. He is so good, he could skip the summer league. Skip the summer league. Go work out with the coaches. Go work out with the coaches. Go work out with some of the. Go find Jalen Brunson. Find Josh Hart. Find Mitchell Robinson. Find OG. Find these cats and work out with them. It's a waste of his time to be in the summer league. It's a waste of his time. He might want to be in the summer league just to show he could dominate. But at this point, it's like with the boy from, I forgot his name. He was such a genius. His boy said, being out here is a waste of your time. And I'm telling you, for him going to summer league is a waste of that man's time. It's a waste of his time. He's too good for the summer league. And especially, don't let him help the Knicks win a playoff game. I'm talking about not a series, a game. Forget summer league. It's a waste of his time. It's a waste of his time. Really is. Summer league is for Dink Pate. And the Knicks are gonna have second round picks, and they're gonna have unsigned, undrafted free agents come into summer league. They do it every year. So that's gonna be the case. And Dink Pate is gonna be given the platform to do his thing, which I believe he's going to do. But Kumo D, summer league, I would be a little concerned because he could get hurt. And summer league is a waste of that young man's time. It really is. He don't need summer league. He don't need summer league. That's right, Coach Howard. He don't need summer league. Okay. He's a 20-year-old rookie that broke into the rotation of a top 3 team in the East. Think about that now. He's a 20-year-old rookie that broke into the rotation of a top 3 team in the East. The last guy that did that, as I recall, was Christian Braun from Denver. Right? Am I lying yet? What y'all think? The last rook that broke into a championship level team's rotation as a rook was Christian Braun. And I think we know Christian Braun could play. I think we know this. He could play. Am I right? Christian Braun could play now. So here's New York Knicks, top 3 in the East, battling for the second seed. And here's a rookie. And I don't think, did any of y'all think he should, and I'm not gonna bounce you, but talk to me. Any of y'all think that Mohamed Diawara should not be in the rotation? Do you really? I'm asking you. Do you think that the Knicks could do better with their current roster than have Mohamed Diawara in their rotation? That's what I'm saying. Old man Knicks fan. That's exactly what I'm saying. When has the last time you seen a rook earn rotation minutes on a top 3 team in the East? Now, Ron Holland did it with Detroit, right? Ron Holland did it. He did. Peyton Pritchard did it with the Celtics, though I don't think he got as many minutes as Diawara is going to get. But that boy right there, Kumo D, in the future, Chick George, he is going to be a starter in the future. But that's the future. Right now, see, look here. Josh Hart is 31 years old. I'm going to say something to you right now. In 2 years, Muhammad Diawara will be 22 years old. Josh Hart will be 33 years old. I'm going to tell you something. In 2 years, Muhammad Diawara is the new starter. That's what I'm saying to you. When we went and got Karl Anthony Towns, it's a 4-year window, in which we're in year 2. By the time it's Karl Anthony Towns' 4th year with the Knicks, Muhammad Diawara start. I'm going to tell you that right now. He was going to start. Okay. Well, V-Dash, I'm not on the top of my head. I've been drinking the grape juice. So tell me, was the Knicks top 3 in the East when Quickly was a rookie? That's how I'm saying. I really don't remember. I don't think they were. When Quickly was a rookie, were the Knicks top 3 in the East? Because yes, Quickly was from his rookie year rotation piece, important rotation piece. But I don't think they were top 3 in the East in Quickly's rookie year. That's all I'm saying. So Kumo D is a rookie. And let me ask you this: when Quick was a rookie, was he 20? I think Quick came into the league at age 21, if I'm not mistaken. And I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. I think Quick came to the Knicks as age 21. I think that's when he came. Here's this dude, age 20, and his team is top 3 in the East, and he's a rotation piece. And wait. I ain't going front. I was against all kind of croissants. Y'all know me, and y'all was too, right? I'm not lying. I was against all them French croissants. Frank Nitti ruined me. Frank Nitti, the chairman of the growing department of Anthony Ambulance University, he messed me up. I was totally disappointed in Frank Nitti. Totally disappointed in him. The chairman of the growing department of Anthony Ambulance University. I was totally disappointed in Mr. Frank Nitti. I was behind him. I was Frank Hive. And I was like, oh, all these French croissants are soft. Y'all all soft. I don't want to see no French play. Here come Victor Wembanyama. In my mind, I was like, okay, there's always an exception that proves the rule. So I was like, okay, I'll give you Victor. And I wasn't quite sold on his light ass, right? But I was like, I'll give you Victor. Victor's all that in the bag of chips. But then here we get Kumo D, we get Daddy. I'm saying, then y'all going too hard on these French croissants, y'all. Y'all going too hard on these French dudes, man. But I gotta give it to them. Don't ever question Walt Perrin. Don't mess with Walt Perrin. Don't mess with fucking Walt Perrin. Don't do it. He done picked one. You hear what I'm saying? He done picked one. But wasn't Coach Hauser? Wasn't Weiss German, though? He wasn't no French croissant. Frederick Weiss was a German dude, wasn't he? The one that Carter made the Lifetime poster on, jumped over that fool and flushed it. Oh, he was French, was he? Okay, I thought Frederick was German. Frederick Weiss sounds like a German. He's croissant too? Damn, see? So here we got Kumo D. What I misjudged as French croissant. And I said, damn, the boy is a rotation piece. Well, I can understand why Daddy A was considered for that. Look, listen, don't get it twisted. Daddy A is a good prospect at the wing spot. Listen, look at the Celtics, and this is typical. Every team wants 2 wings like Tatum and Brown. Every team wants that. We don't have that, but we do have Mikal and OG, y'all know Wingstop, and we do have Kumo D, Actually, old man Knicks fan, I'm doing Arthur. I'm not even doing Thomas Shelby. I'm doing Arthur. Fucking Peaky Blinders. By order of the fucking Peaky Blinders. Yes. I'm doing Arthur. So, but Daddy A is a talented NBA level basketball player. He just needs some time. Okay, he just needs time. He's a kindergartner. Yes, this is his 3rd year in the league, I believe. He just needs a little bit more time. Not everybody develops at the same time. He really doesn't. So I like Daddy. It's not, but for people trying to push him into the rotation right now, I think it's a little too early. Good afternoon, serial killer. It's a little too early for that. By order of the Peaky Fucking Blinders. Arthur Shelby. So, yeah. I like Daddy A. I'm going to tell you something, though, on a serious note. This coming season, Daddy A has got to be the cream that rises. Now, if it wasn't for Kumo D, I would almost guarantee Daddy A would be that cream. But we do have Kumo D. Kumo D is in the rotation. So what we need to understand, Knicks Nation, is Daddy A has got to be so good that the Knicks said we don't need Jordan Clarkson. Let me ask you this. Knicks Nation, you think Daddy A is right now ready to replace Jordan Clarkson on the Knicks roster? Could Daddy A have come in and did what Jordan Clarkson did in Utah? I agree with you, Clint Stewart. I don't think so. But that's what we're dealing with. So this summer, Daddy A should play Summer League, even though he's in his third or fourth season. He needs to play Summer League. And him and Dink should be dominating the Summer League. And he has got to force the hand of the Knicks to say, listen, we got to do something here because this kid is too good. That's what he's got to do. And I'm not saying he could or he should or would or not. I'm just saying that's what he's got to do. Listen, you don't put somebody in a rotation without taking somebody out of the rotation. So if somebody's saying, well, Daddy A needs to be in the rotation, well, talk to me. Who's going to leave? You think Daddy A's taking Deuce's spot? You think Daddy A's taking Mitchrob's spot? You think Daddy A's taking Kumo D's spot? You think Daddy A's taking Shamet's spot? I think you understand that's foolishness. So Daddy A's got to take Clarkson's spot. He's not taking Alvarado's spot either because Alvarado plays it. It's not because Alvarado's better or worse. Alvarado plays a specific role off the bench. The energy, the defense, the thievery. So the only guy that Daddy A could replace is Clarkson. So now Daddy A's comp is Clarkson. Daddy A has to come in and prove he's better and more ready and more could bring the Knicks further than Jordan Clarkson. He got to prove that. And Jordan Clarkson is at the stage of his career where he understands that. Every NBA player that's been in the league more than 5-10 years, they understand there's always going to be some kid pushing you, and you got to prove your worth on the team. Everybody goes through it. Everybody. Look at LeBron. That's why LeBron is who he is. 23 years in the league, and ain't nobody pushing LeBron to take his spot. Ain't nobody. Not Austin Reeves, not nobody. 41 years old and still busting young boys in their ass. So, but that's a rarity. That's not something that you can count on. You know, most players ain't going to do that. So Daddy A's got to be that guy this coming summer to say, I am so bad, y'all don't need Clarkson. I'm such a bad man, y'all don't need Clarkson. That's Daddy A's mission. He's got to do this. Okay? Nah, man. I like Brown. He flops, but listen, who in the league don't flop? And you know, folk there going Jaylen Brown talking that bull crap. Fuck him. No. People flop. That's what they do. This is the league. People do it. Adjust to the league. You understand? Don't whine. Adjust. Adjust. Brown flopped because he could get away with it. Do what you do, Negro. That's all I'm saying. See what I'm saying? Do your thing, bro. Okay. When Brown came in the league, wasn't no flopping. And he was dominating. Right? Okay. There's flopping now. Okay. Flop then. That's all I'm saying. If the league decided we don't want to do flopping, then they won't call it. It's the league. So they're going to call it. Okay. Call it. Brown, I can't blame Brown. If you can listen, do you get mad when Jalen Brunson flops and we get the extra possession? Be honest. When Jalen Brunson flops and the other team is making a run and all of a sudden, offensive foul, Jalen Brunson the flop and we got the ball back. You getting upset about that? I'm not. Not at all. Not strike Stephen Curry. Do you, boo? I'm not getting upset. Give me that damn ball. Jalen, nice job, my brother. Give me that ball, baby. Give it to me. Bron flop because he trying to make his team win. Do you understand? There's professional sports, right? And for me and you, professional sports represents entertainment. And it's simply that. Like, if the Knicks win or the Knicks lose, my life is not going to change. If the Knicks win or the Knicks lose, my life is not going to change. My life's going to be the same whether they win, whether they lose. It ain't going to affect me. Ain't nobody on this giving me any money to pay my mortgage. You know what I'm saying? But to the players, it's competition. And to them, competition is everything. A guy like Jalen Brunson wants to win because he's competitive. LeBron wants to win because he's 41 years old, but he wants to win. He's competitive. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So they're going to do what they do to try to win the game. If it's flop, then they're going to flop. It is what it is. I understand that because I'm like, okay, I don't like when it goes against us because I'm a Knicks fan. If somebody flops on one of our boys, I get upset. And you know who they like to flop on the most? Damn Karl Anthony Towns. They like to flop on Cat. And Cat starting to recognize they flopping on you, bro. You need to back up a little bit. Okay? Well, I'll be honest. I ain't going to front. I'll be honest with you. Listen. The game is not computerized to the point where a computer or AI can tell what a foul is. And I'm glad it's not. So that the refs have a very difficult job. My only problem is when one team gets 25 foul shots and one team gets 12. That's when I have a problem. Because that smacks of ref betting on game. And don't tell me that's not possible. But in a general sense, refereeing is freaking difficult, man. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not. Okay? So if they make mistakes, just understand they're going to make mistakes. Listen, I tell myself before every game, they're going to blow a call for the Knicks and they're going to blow a call for the opponent. They're going to do it. It's just part of the game. But that's a beautiful part of the game. I'd rather them than computers call a foul. I'd rather that. Okay? So, yeah, Mindy Rudolph. Thank you, Wellfire. That's what I'm saying. Mindy Rudolph was one of the old-time dudes. Old time. So it is what it is. They're going to, no matter what the rules are, if they have hand checking or they don't, whatever the rules are, the refs are going to blow some calls, man. And I think I have seen, in fact, I know I have seen Jalen Brunson will walk up to a ref and the ref will say, I blew that one. And they say, okay. Or coach get upset. He said, listen, I'm sorry, I blew that one. Hey, it happens. These are human beings. Okay. They ain't going to make the right call every single time. See? So it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. That's why I don't whine about the refs usually unless it's ridiculous. Like I said, if the Knicks get 15 free throws and the other team gets 30, I'm questioning something because I'm thinking, oh man, did y'all bet on the game? Did y'all have a wager on the game? That's my problem there. Yeah, Brunson. Well, the thing is, Brunson does it and Cat does it in a more conversational manner. Cat tries to show up the ref in the way he complains. He shows up the ref, and the refs don't like that. It's like going into a courtroom and showing up the judge. You might have been innocent till you messed up in front of the judge, and then he said your ass going to jail, right? So you don't try to show the ref up. Basically, Brunson will talk to him in that very Villanova educated way and tell him, blah, blah, blah. But when you see Brunson get upset, it's because he felt like they really blew one, which is rare. It's not common, but it's rare, but it does happen. No, it does happen. Okay. Yeah, but John Petty, you can understand it. Damn Cat run his mouth too much. He need to keep his damn mouth shut. And when he has his best game, that's what he's doing, keeping his mouth shut and playing the game. Okay, get back down the court, quit whining. He's much right, John Petty. He's much better at it now than he was when he first came to Knicks. The game is flowing to the next half of the court. He's still on the backcourt complaining to the ref. That really made me pissed off. But now, at least he's getting back in the game. Okay, he's getting back in the game. He's not sitting there wasting time talking to the ref like he's gonna change his call. What's up, Sadiq? You ain't gonna do that. Yeah, so He's getting better, and with that, the Knicks are getting better. Okay, so it's important. And Brown on more than one occasion as well. Did y'all see the video where that his cat is whining to Mitchell Robinson? The call, like it was like cat was fouled, but the thing is that the ball went off the opponent's foot, and Cat was complaining. He was fouled now, but Mitchrob didn't even want to hear it. He didn't even want. He was trying. He said, "Man, whatever." He wasn't trying to hear it. He wasn't trying to hear it, man. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Cat needs to be an adult and get over it. And again, I'm more understanding of my Knicks players than most of y'all are. Cat plays with fire and desire and emotion, so that's going to sometimes take the form of what he shows the referee. Okay, he plays with fire and desire and emotion. He does. He wears it on his sleeve sometimes, and it messes him up. Okay, yeah, OG indulged him. OG indulged him because OG just wants to see his ass playing some defense. Remember last year, OG was mad at him because he decided not to play on a certain play, and OG's like, "Yo, better get your ass on some defense. Forget all that." But so now OG indulged him, but Mitchrob didn't want to hear it though. Mitchrob wasn't trying to hear it. So yeah, Cat's getting better, and I think the better he gets, the better shape we are in. Yeah, yeah. He tried to get some sympathy from OG, because Mitchrob wasn't trying to hear it, man. He just wasn't. So yeah, that's how you gotta treat him though. That's how you gotta handle it. Mitchrob did the right thing. I ain't gonna front. He did the right thing. That's how you gotta handle it. So yeah. So anyway, uh, so it looks like 90% of y'all. What was the damn question? Let me see. Is it possible? Oh yeah, 90% of you. Better be at least 90% of y'all saying that. Anybody less than 90 saying that, I got a problem with you being calling yourself a Knicks fan. Hell yeah, we could win the chip this year. Hell yeah. Yeah, Mitch Rob was like, whatever, man, whatever. Let me drink my Gatorade and get back on the floor while you whining. I ain't got no cheese for you. Oh yeah, John Pett, I agree. Cat and JB defense have been a lot better, and that's no accident. 25 games, last 25, and Knicks the best defense in the NBA. No accident. Oh, do you, Coach Hauser? Okay. You catching that? Okay. Mardu's out in New York City about to catch the game at the Mecca. Oh, I've only seen one game at the Mecca. Only one in my whole life. It was the Bucks against the Knicks when the Bucks had Ray Allen in Ray Allen's rookie year. I was sitting under the basket where Dolan and them sit. Ray Allen gave me that ticket. I ain't gonna front, and that's why I was there. I can't afford a ticket in Madison Square. I refuse to sit in the damn nosebleeds in any game. I ain't sitting in the damn nosebleeds, so you ain't gonna see me buy no ticket in the nosebleed. If I cannot sit at least 10, 15 rows from the floor, I ain't there. Okay, but I was under the basket. Man. I was sitting under the basket watching Bucks against the Knicks. Knicks happened to win that game against Ray Allen. I was there with Ray Allen's mother, Flo. Flo at that time, I ain't seen Flo in many years. But Flo was all right. I'm going to say that. Flo was all right. I ain't going to front. Flo was all right. She made chicken that day. She made fried chicken, homemade fried chicken. And we had this little tiny bus, personal bus that we rode from Connecticut to the game. And Flo Allen, she cooked some fried chicken and put it in. Man, it was, and we were sitting under the basket too. It was all good, y'all. It was all good. Yeah, so I'm saying I'm not going to do that. I will pay a good money to be near the floor, but there's a limit even for your boy. So when they start talking thousands of dollars, your boy ain't going to be there. That was after Allen Houston had already retired. When it was the Knicks had at that time, they had a guy from, oh God, they had a bunch of nobodies on their team, and Ray Allen was still with the Bucks. He was a rookie. The Bucks eventually traded him, or he left, as we know, to go to Seattle. But he was with the Bucks at that time. He was with the Bucks at that time. But when you start getting past $1,000, that's too expensive for your boy. Yeah, so, but we were sitting under the basket. That's the only game I was ever at Madison Square Garden. We were sitting in the basket. I've been watching the Knicks in Minnesota, Washington, D.C., Brooklyn. I've seen the Knicks in a lot of different places. Orlando. I've seen Knicks in a lot of different places. I got a vibe about going to Miami. I don't know. I just don't like the Miami vibe. I don't know. I could go there, but I don't like it. I don't know. I'm just not happy. But OKC down to who? Who beating OKC right now? What you talking about? Really? Who beating them? Oh, Minnesota. Come on, Juju. Beat them. But then again, okay, see, I don't really care. If it's Detroit, I want to see Detroit lose. I want to see Detroit lose. I want to see Boston lose. Boston not playing. Is Boston playing today? Is Boston playing today, y'all? I don't think so. Are they? I think they're playing tomorrow. Boston plays tomorrow. And I think they're playing. Who are they playing? Boston is playing Phoenix tomorrow in Boston. Yeah. Yeah, Juju and them going to do business. Yeah, OKC. Yeah, I don't care about OKC minutes. So that's Western Conference. I want to see Juju in them window because it's Juju and Devo and them. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's Juju and Devo. So I want to see Minnesota beat. And I hate Boston. So Boston could lose every game. I don't care if Boston lose. I don't care who get hurt. I hope they lose every game. I hate Boston. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel like that, right? I hate Boston. I respect them as champions, high level basketball team, but they're going to hate them. Can't stand no damn Boston. Yeah. Yeah, Big Ragu and them need to win this game. I know, right. Wellflower. That's what I'm talking about. So when brothers talked about I hate WNBA, that's a little strong for that. I ain't saying that now. I ain't saying I hate the system. I could watch me some Angel Reese. I could watch some Asia Wilson run around them shorts playing ball. I like it. But, it's not like my big cup of tea. So if there's a track meet at the same time as the WNBA, I'm watching the track meet. If there's a gymnastics competition at the same time as the WNBA, I'm watching the gymnastics. You hear what I'm saying? Like if Allison Felix was running a 400, I'm watching Allison Felix. I ain't going front. If Allison Felix was running a 400 on one channel and Angel Reese was playing ball on another channel, I am glued to Allison. I ain't going front. All right, if Serena is playing, yeah, I'm watching Serena. I'm watching Serena. Yeah, track girls. Yeah. For some reason, there's something about the way the pole vault develops certain parts of the female anatomy. That's all I'm saying. There's something about the way the pole vault develops certain parts of the female anatomy that I'm like, damn, what is it about the pole vault that causes this development in the gluteus maximus? I don't know. But I do like watching it. I ain't going front. I do like watching it. I'm just saying. I'll watch the javelin too. There's some in the javelin, but my favorite ones are from the 60 up to the 800 on the track. And then there's the long, they call it the long jump, the triple jump, and the pole vault. I could watch that all day, all day, all day, all day. Female. And I like the male, but it's for the different reasons. I like watching the male too. Although the male pole vault doesn't get me as much as the female pole vault. Everything else, though, I could watch both sides. 800, 400, 100, 200, 60, long jump, triple jump. I could watch all of that. I like watching both, but I don't understand. There's something about the pole vault that develops certain part of their anatomy that I'll be like, damn, what is it about that pole vault that causes that? I mean, they're leaning on the damn pole, but damn. But damn. Yeah. So anyway, I watched roller derby on channel. Back in my day, they used to play roller derby on WOR Channel 9. Do they still have WOR Channel 9 in New York? I don't even know. They used to play roller derby on WPIX sometime, WOR Channel 9, just back in the 70s. And I watch it once in a while, but it wasn't my favorite thing anyway. But yeah, but it is like a bunch of people from 10th Avenue, if you know what I'm saying. You look like a bunch of people from 10th Avenue and 9th Avenue in New York. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is on WOR Channel 9 and WPIX Channel 11. back in the day. Yeah. In China? Okay. They still got WR China? Wow, that's something else. Man, they used to be really back in the day, there was really only in New York, there was Channel 5, there was Channel 11, WPIX, and Channel 9. Then you had Channel 7, which was ABC. You had Channel 2, which is CBS, and you had Channel 4, which was NBC. But those were major networks. They really, for New York, it was Channel 5, Channel 9, Channel 11. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I used to watch all them programs on them in New York. Yeah, ABC 7. Yeah, right. Oh, okay. Uptown was cable when I was coming. Uptown was cable. That's UPN. That's Uptown. That was cable when I was coming up back in the 70s. That was cable. But the regular, like public channels was 9, 11, and 5. Yeah, we only had like 5 channels. That back in the year. Yeah, I did see old Ernie just passed away. McCormick. I was like, oh man, that's the end of an era. Ernie Onassis. Yeah. Ernie Onassis. End of an era. John Johnson, Ernie Onassis. Y'all remember them, right? Oh man. Bill Butel, all them fools, man. I remember them. Yeah. Rest in peace, Mr. Onassis. Onassis, yeah. Indeed, Wildflower. Indeed. Roger Grizzly. All right, Wildflower. You remember Roger. Yes, I remember them, man. Yep. For real. So I'm glad to hear WOR still on the air. Go ahead. Bill Butel. That's right. Yep. Yeah, I heard Matt Snell passed. He used to be one of my favorite Jets, number 41 for the Jets when they won the Super Bowl. Matt Snell. Man, that's when I know I'm getting old. All my childhood heroes dying. Yeah. That was the channel line of Walter White. 2, 4, 5. The 2, 4, and 7 was national. 5, 9, and 11 was New York. Yeah, the Nets, when they was in the ABA, used to play on Channel 9. They used to play on Channel 9 with Doc and them. Yep. Yeah, but anyway, time for me to get ready. So I'm going to get ready to watch the Knicks in a little while. I'm going to watch some. Right now, I'm into this other show, Peaky Blinders, man. I'm waiting for the Immortal Man to come out. That's the next iteration of Peaky Blinders, the Immortal Man. But I'm going to keep this series. They on my Godfather list. Super John Williamson, New Mexico State, I think, and Bridgeport, I think. Super John. Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. Serial killer, Kendall. Well, what's up? Old man Knicks fan. That's Stevenson's son from Brooklyn. Kendall Buchanan, Walter White. Who am I missing? V-Dash. Who am I missing? Guilford. Who am I missing? Let's make sure I don't miss them. But Miss Stevenson, Ain Grill. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we're missing. Let me see. Sadiq, John Pettit, Coach Hauser, Dwight Huggins. Who else we got here? Miss Lumley, Right Vision. Let me see here. Lou Bing. Am I missing anybody? I don't want to miss anybody. I think I got all y'all. G Child. Got all y'all. Okay. I think I got all y'all. Severe Jorgensen. So tonight, the Knicks playing Golden State. Don't take anything for granted. Did Judy Pace die? Ooh. That was one of my favorite sisters coming up. There were 2 sisters that had a brother drooling. Judy Pace. More than 2, really. Judy Pace. Jane Kennedy. They're going. Pam Grier. Let's go, Knicks. Please enjoy the game. We'll talk about hopefully what would be a good game for us today, tomorrow, with nobody getting hurt. Let's do our thing, y'all. Y'all enjoy. Be safe out there in New York. Shalom.